And I think most of you knew what song that was, Amazing Grace. And I am so thankful. I'm so thankful. There we go. I'm so thankful for God's amazing grace today. You know, I have developed really good peripheral vision after having played sideways for so many years. So that when I'm playing like this, I'm still watching all of you, all right? I'm looking for feedback. You know, when I was playing My Jesus, I Love Thee, I saw a lot of your heads nodding, and I could see that you had the words going through your mind, and you were right with me. And when I was just playing Amazing Grace, I saw quite a number of you with your eyes closed, just soaking it in and worshiping, and that's my favorite reaction of all. Except for the fact that some of you still have your eyes closed, nodding your heads right now. So I think we're going to have to take some evasive action. I got an email, said that the pastor, the church member was in the shower, and while they were in the shower, the pastor came by to visit. And so the pastor's knocking on the door, and nobody answered, so he left his business card in the door. On the back of it, he wrote, he said, Revelation 3:19. So when the church member went to the door and saw that card, they looked at it and looked at the back and looked up Revelation 3:19. It says, Behold, I stand at the door and knock. So the following Sunday, after the service, the head usher came back to the pastor and said that church member had left their card in the offering plate. And on the back of it, they had written Genesis 3:10. So the pastor went and looked up Genesis 3:10. And it said, I heard you calling and was afraid, for I was naked. All right, now, we are going to do something together this morning. Make sure you are awake for everything else that goes on this morning, all right? I don't want anyone sleeping, all right? So, what we're going to do, we're going to sing an old hymn. Now, I want to see how many of you know this song. A lot of you may have never heard it. If you don't, we're going to learn it real quick, all right? It says, there is power, power, wonder. Okay, y'all know it, all right? Let's sing it through. Now, I'm going to teach you today in Malaysia how to sing Southern Gospel. Now, if you're going to sing Southern Gospel, you always have to have an echo part somewhere, all right? So how many of you feel really good this morning? Raise your hand. Okay, I think there's more people feeling really good over here. So, we're going to make you the adventurous ones to start, all right? Over here, you're going to sing it like you've always known it. And you are going to do the Southern Gospel, all right? You're going to be the echo part. So, they're going to get to, when we get to the chorus, they're going to go, there is power, and you're going to go, power, 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 wonder, working power. Think you can handle that? All right? So, we'll do it real slow here. There is power. All right, let's try that again. There is. All right, everybody over here, look at somebody over here. All right, everybody over here, look at somebody over there. And look at somebody that you'd most like to have an argument with, all right? All right, I want you to win the argument. There is. Okay, now I'm going to be honest with you. Pastor's doing really good. Alfred, you're not doing as good as I expected. You can win this argument. I've heard how loud you can do it, all right? So, I'm going to put my trust in you on this, all right? There is. All right, that's better. Now, let's sing through it one time. When we get to the chorus, I want you to do it as loud as you can. Now, you don't have to sing it. If you want, you can just shout it, all right? If you want to get more volume, all right? And let's change the key. Would you be free from the burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you or evil a victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. All right, now that was okay. But you've got to get me a lot more because it's going to get harder right now, all right? If you think that you are in the front half of this section right here, raise your hand, right? If you think you're in the front half, all right? Now look at the people next to you. If they think they are, join them, all right? Now, if you think you're in the back half, raise your hand. Back half of this side, all right? Back half of this side, raise your hand. All right, decide with the people around you where you're at, front half, all right? Now, when I was in Sunday school, we used to sing this song, and we would break it up into 4 powers. We'd sing, there is power, 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 wonder, all right? That's what we're going to do today, all right? You're going to be the first power, back half, second power, back half, third power, front half, fourth power, all right? That means you got to do it twice as loud because there's half as many of you, all right? So let's try it one time. There is. Ooh, all right. I'm convinced there's power up here, all right? Now, when we get to the chorus, I mean, let it go. You don't want to be in the worst section, all right? You want to win, all right? Would you be free from the burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you or evil a victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is wonder-working power in the precious blood. All right, now that wasn't too bad, all right? Now, I don't know if you do this at any of your sports games in Malaysia, but in the United States, we do something called the wave, all right? You do that here, all right? We're going to do the wave today, all right? When it's your turn to do power, just on the chorus, all right? Stand up and sit back down, all right? So, I tell you what, are you videoing? Are you videoing right here? We need to get a video. If you're flexible, bring it up here and get it from behind here. So, all right, here we go. I bet this is going to look really good, all right? So, would you be free from the burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you or evil a victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. All right. You're doing really well, except that you're late, all right? It is. There is power, 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 power. And most of you are not up until the next person's power, all right? So maybe what you need to do is start standing on the power before yours, all right? Because we're going to try it one last time. And this time we're going to speed it up a little bit, all right, when we get to the chorus. So, and then we're going to do the chorus 2 times in a row, all right? So when we get done with the one, we're going to sing it right again. So, I mean, we're going to see how coordinated you are this morning and make sure everybody's awake, all right? So, here we go. We'll speed it up as we go along. Would you be free from the burden of sin? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you or evil a victory win? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is wonder-working power in the precious. Here, one more time. Here we go. There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Give yourselves a hand. You did a great job. All right. All right. How many are happy they know the Lord this morning? Amen. You know, does the Bible say that the sorrow of the Lord is our strength? No. It says the joy of the Lord is. And how many have joy? Amen. There is nothing like the joy of knowing the Lord. I promise you that. You know, I was amazed that I actually came up this morning before schedule. The first time I came to Malaysia, I was getting ready. I'd done something in the afternoon I spoke somewhere, and that night that afternoon they took me back to the hotel, and I said, "What time is the service tonight?" They said 7 o'clock. I said, "What time are you going to pick me up?" They said 7 o'clock. I said, "Okay, let's do this again. What time is the service tonight?" They said 7 o'clock. I said, "What time are you going to pick me up?" 7 o'clock. I said, "Okay, how far is it from the hotel to the church?" They said a half an hour. I said, the service is at what time? 7 o'clock. You're going to pick me up at 7 o'clock. I said, now you do realize that it takes me a little while to do a sound check and get ready, right? They said, oh, yes, yes. So you're going to pick me up at what time? 7 o'clock. Service is at 7 o'clock. I said, okay, explain this to me. They said, it's called Malaysian time. So I started to get used to Malaysian time. So the next day I asked them, a few days later after I'd gotten used to Malaysian time, I said, what time are you going to pick me up, or what time is lunch, or whatever meal that was? You have about 15 meals a day over here. I have never seen such little people eat so much. Yeah, So I said, what time is this, whatever meal it was? They said 3 o'clock. I said, okay, so are you going to pick me up at 3 o'clock? They said, no, we'll pick you up at 2 o'clock. I said, I thought the lunch is at 3 o'clock. They said, yes. I said, what time are you going to pick me up? They said 2 o'clock. I said, so what time is the lunch? They said 3 o'clock. So I said, if I get there at 4 o'clock, I'll be right on time. Right. They said, no, if you're there 1 minute after 3 o'clock, you don't get to eat. There's no food. It's all gone. I found out that there's no Malaysian time when there's food involved. I mean, just amazing. Now in the United States, we have something called quartet music. And these are gospel quartets. There's 4 different parts going on at the same time. Now, I love quartet music, but it's kind of hard to do a quartet song all by yourself. So I decided that I would go sing the other 3 parts one at a time and have them record as I sang each one and put them all on the track. And I'd play the piano myself, have them put it on the track, so that when I was here this morning, all I would have to do is sing the 4th part, and I'd still have my gospel quartet number. So we might need to boost the track everywhere on this one song. This should be the loudest thing we do, but not loud. Okay, so anyway, this is my one-man quartet song.
Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you stroll down the golden avenue. There are mansions left and right, and you're thrilled at every side, and the saints are always smiling, saying, how do you do? Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you realize your worrying days are through. You'll be glad you were not idle, took time to read the Bible. It's a great, great morning for you. I had a dream, and I confess I hated to awake.
He dreamt he was an angel at the great pearly gate.
St. Peter said, why, hello there, where have you been?
Well, we've got your mansion ready, so come right on in. And then he rang for an angel to act as a guide.
He spread his wings a time or two and learned how to fly.
Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you stroll down the golden avenue. There are mansions left and right, and you're thrilled at every side, and the saints are always smiling, saying, how do you do? Oh, it's a great, great morning, your first day in heaven, when you realize your worrying days are through. You'll be glad you were not idle, took time to read the Bible. It's a great morning, a great morning. What a happy day.